right, you are in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. We got Miles Minnick.
Glow Nation.
Yes,
in the building.
What's happening?
Glochella.
Hey, I'm blessed and highly flavored, man. It's really good to be here,
That's
man.
that bass swang, man. That's that bass swang.
Come on now.
Man, talk to us about, man. There's so many things to get into, man. So
many.
Tell them what you've been doing here since you've been at Flavor Fest. How you enjoying yourself?
Well, first of all, me being here is just a privilege and an honor, and I don't say that to be like false humble or nothing. Like, I remember just being a youth watching people fly into Flavor Fest and seeing them like fellowship in the hotel rooms, making beats and songs and everything, and like seeing them on the stage. So I used to like almost fantasize about the day that I could be a part of this, you know.
Dope.
And now I'm not just here. I was invited to be here. I'm not just invited to be here. I got flown here. I'm put up. Like, this is a surreal moment for me. And just got off the stage. For whatever reason, they put me first, but I did not complain. I'm like, look, let's run it. Let's rock it. And it was dope. It was a dope experience.
That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dope, man. Man, it's so much, man. Just your name's been ringing, bro. Like, it's been crazy, bro. So, like, just talk about your journey. Like, talk about last year and, like, leading up to where you are now and Glochella, Glow. Just talk about everything, bro. What you've been doing, man.
You know what's funny? The first time I came to Trackstarz, that was like, I don't even know how to explain it. That was the beginning of an era for me.
Oh, wow.
Literally, like, that day when we came with a Fuse manager and everything, when I left Trackstarz that day, we shot the music video. Me and Few, we shot a video to Pluto.
Yeah.
And then Pluto changed everything for me on many levels.
Dope.
And what's funny, you know, being at Trackstarz before and after, we was actually in the process, like, trying to figure out how we were gonna do the video, and it was like stressful. Like, do I got the money for this? Can we do that? But then it ended up happening.
Wow.
I think really because of the interview.
Yeah.
Dang, I never told the story before. Like, with Fuse team being there in the interview, they seen my heart.
Yeah.
Dope.
And it was like, there's something different about this kid. Let's actually like work with him.
Dope.
And then that was like, that changed a lot for me. But then after that, I'm like, I was feature hungry. I'm like, let me get Dill, let me get Wande, let me get Hovey, let me get on the playlist 2 years in a row. Like, let me strive for it. And then with all of that momentum, collaborating and building our own movement on the West Coast, we started our own festival called Glochella. Glochella. We might change the name, you know, eventually, but right now it's Glochella.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous. I ain't gonna front.
I know.
I was like, them Coachella folks be like,
I know.
too close. I know you like God and all, but brother.
Yeah. but it's like, it was, you know, it's on brand, you know. So I ran with it at least for the first year, right? But everybody out of state, they called it Glow Fest. Like instinctively. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, eventually graduate into that. You know what I mean? But nah, man, like, check this out, yo. Like, we announced Glochella at the end of March, and we sold it out at the end of May. It was no outside funding, no church put money into it. It's all self-funded, just myself and my team, my wonderful wife with her administrative gifts. We had 1K Few, Hovey, What Up RG, Portia Love, 1K P-Son. It was, even thinking about it now, it was lit. And it was especially lit because we did an altar call at the end, and it was a massive response to it.
Wow,
we
dope.
Worshipped at the end, and
dope.
Backstage you got Christian rappers reconciling with each other. You got relationships being mended. You got a lot of stuff happening that nobody, you know, talks about, but God showed up, and we're gonna run it back.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta run that back, bro. You gotta run that back, yeah.
What's been your, I guess, your reception from like the local church in your area as far as like your ministry and what you do?
My big homie Arise, he's a videographer. He does all of Bizzle's videos. Every time he sees me, he calls me every pastor's dream. I'm like, what? I'm like,
I see you.
right.
Like, what does that mean, brother?
I'm like, every pastor's dream. He's like, yeah, because you can rap and you relate to the youth, but you're a little older than the most rappers, so you got maturity on you as well, and you could do offering and you could speak a little bit. You're every pastor's dream. I'm like, well, I see what you mean by that a little bit, I guess. but to answer your question, it's been love.
That's good.
Like, overwhelming love. I get to do this full time, large in part because of the support of the local church. I get at least 2 engagements a week. A lot of it is in California, but At this point, I'm like everywhere.
I always tell people a story about you. Like, you came to our studio, and you met us, and we talked. And I remember talking to you afterwards, and he was like, "Bro, I just left my job. I got all these lists. I got all these shows, and God is providing."
Yeah.
And that just made me think, because I didn't know you. I didn't never heard of you, and it just made me think. It's like it's so many Miles Minnicks out there that's doing it that people don't know. That's underground, like that's on that like on their rise, and people don't know about them. But God like tuck them away, and then boom, you get what I'm saying? And I felt like that made me think like, yo, you can't sleep on people. You can't have favoritism with people. You got to be like, you got to treat people equally. Because if you treat people equally, they remember. And that story you told us about you coming to our studio, and that was your first time at our studio. And that was my first time being introduced to you. Your music was fire, but I just was like, I was amazed because I was like, man. And then I remember telling you about that, and you was like, yo, we got to start finding those type of cats because there's thousands of Miles Minnicks out there. I mean, they're not on where you are right now, and they're probably going to get to that place, but there's a lot of artists that are on their rise, and people don't know about them, but they doing it full time. And that's amazing, bro. That's God's hand. And I tell people that all the time. I tell artists that, period. Like, yo, just because these people don't, Trackstarz, Rapzilla, whoever, may not know who you are, but if God got you on a track record, keep moving, man.
You preaching.
Keep moving, bro. Like, no, I'm serious, because that'll preach. You know how many mainstream type Christian rappers don't have what you had, and you showed me that? I was like, I don't even know who Miles Minnick is, but he got like 3 months.
Oh my goodness.
Like 3 months full of stuff.
We could dive into that, and I remember that moment where we had that conversation. I still have that document on my phone.
Wow.
And I screenshotted it, I saved it, because me showing you that was an example in a manifestation of God's hand. There was a post I put out like a month ago. It went stupid viral on Instagram. It was a 10-second clip of me dancing, but on the screen, I typed my testimony. I said, in 2019, I got fired from my job. My manager sarcastically said, maybe now your rap career will finally take off. And he was right. And right after I got fired, my tour schedule, travel schedule, just immediately came.
Wow.
And it was right around that same time I came to Trackstarz.
Wow.
So what was it? I mean, because after that day, we started being like, yo, Miles over here, Miles over there, Miles in this video, Miles in like, what was the plan? Was it to blitz? Like, did you sit with people and be like, all right, let's blitz, let's just do a bunch of features, let's do a bunch of videos? It's the videos, honestly.
Yeah.
Videos is what helped us, because we look for videos. Like, man, we need videos to play during the show. Every video, Portia Love, Miles Minnick. So no, Miles Minnick. I'm like, oh no, just doing it every video. So was that a plan, like just to blitz everybody all at once?
Really good question. At the beginning of 2018, I was praying. I just felt God say, put your all into this, and I'll show you what I could do. I said, okay. Well, to me, my all meant do every show I could, free or paid. That was in 2018, and just put out music. You know what I mean? But it was after I came to y'all where it really started to take off. So I benefit in a strange way, because I relate to both sides of Christian hip hop. What are both sides? You got the 116 side, and you got like the Kingdom Music, GOM. You know, a lot of the Kingdom Music fan base, they relate to me because of Victory Outreach, and because I work with Brian Trejo and Bizzle, and like that movement over there. I really started over there, truth be told. And a lot of, if you're like popping over there, it's like all they do is put on events. You know what I mean? So I'm starting off over here, and then I come over here, and this is popping off with the festivals and all of that. So you combine those two, I'm almost never home.
You know what it is? It's when it's you just said it. It's when the cats that have been grinding on like that gospel hip hop side find out about the CH side. They dominated because they work ethic is already there. They just didn't know how to infiltrate the Trackstarz Rapzilla scene. And once they do, that people are like, yo, who's this? We've been doing this for a long time. Well, how did you not know? You know? That's real. That's good.
Yeah, man, that's real, bro. Man, talk about calling out 21 Savage. Calling out 21 Savage. I put in an entertainment report, like, you was like mad, like, yo. I mean, but he kind of said stuff, and then he said something recently too. I was like, and I had to tweet it. I was like, at this point, I just don't think 21 Savage love Jesus. Like, and so I mean, I get it though, but you know what I'm saying, like, and I don't know if he was doing it on purpose or was he just like, you know how you just say something like yo, you ain't bouncing like that ball. So it's almost something like that, but it kind of was on the like Jesus can't save you tip, and Bizzle was like, yo, I got to respond. So I felt like you was like, yo, I got to respond to this cat.
Ooh, yeah. So I watched The Breakfast Club religiously. I just, it's just fun. It's funny like to hear what Charlamagne them got to say. And like Angela Yee was doing a rumor report, and 21 Savage was trying to, he was trying to stick up for why he does gangster music. Even though he don't live that kind of life or whatever, he was like, I do it because if I talk about Jesus or something, I'm not gonna have no fans. I ain't gonna have no money. And when I heard that, immediately I'm like, oh, I gotta say something about this. I gotta extract this audio and do something with this. And man, bro, like by now people should see it. Like you should know, like you don't gotta talk about drugs, sex, gangster stuff, and all of that to make an impact, to make income. You know what I mean? I'm making impact and income by talking about God, by giving my testimony. You know what I'm saying? So in that video, it's like 21 Savage, that's all cap. And let me show you what we're able to do on this side. So he tripping.
Did you get any blowback from that?
Absolutely. Every day.
What did they say?
Every day.
His fans, you mean?
He was like, well, you have only 80,000 monthly listeners, and he has millions of monthly listeners, so that should tell you that secular music sells more than Christian music. And I see that, and I'm like, all right, watch.
That's a challenge to you.
Sincerely, it really is, because I feel like a viral revival getting ready to happen. Me and TZ was talking about this last night, actually, where like you got Queen Latifah engaging with my stuff, you got TLC engaging with his stuff, you got all of these secular celebrities being impacted by what we do, and it's like, oh snap, what is happening here? What if there's gonna be a changing of the guard? What if you end up seeing Mike TZ collab with Drake, or like us doing Rolling Loud and us having a headline spot? I see this kind of stuff getting ready to happen. And them folks gonna eat their words, you know what I'm saying? When I do an altar call at Rolling Loud, can you imagine an altar call at Rolling Loud? I'm telling you, like, you rolling that loud, you gotta roll up this Jesus in your blood.
No, but that's kind of what we was talking about with Charlamagne and Joe Budden, and like how they're starting to look at the culture like, yo, y'all wilding, bro. What's going on? Can y'all get something positive? Can you do that? And the OGs like Latifah, like TLC, like they know like, yo, good music when you hear it. And they also are probably about people of faith, because I heard Chili say before that she goes to church. So, like, and Latifah's like, yo, I love God. So it's like you're starting to get those people that's been in behind the scenes.
Figured it out. It's the gatekeepers are starting to get saved, and then once they realize, oh, I should have been doing this. When they see you, they're like, oh, I should have done that. They're gonna push you. Because they see the error of their ways and say, oh, we could have done it this way. You know?
So Instagram is going crazy right now. It's almost like IG and TikTok switch places, where now it's easier to blow up on Instagram.
Really?
And like when my stuff was going viral a few weeks ago, I'm getting all kind of people in my DMs. But you'll never guess who's in my DMs trying to go on tour with me.
Wow.
B2K.
Wow.
Really?
They just came off a big tour.
Raz B from B2K. He was like, God put me on, God put me on. He was like with a voice note. I'm like, brother, because I seen he followed me, and whenever somebody I know of follows me, I try to DM them immediately. And I tried to DM him, he DM me first. And he's like, here's my number, take my number. I see your tour days, let me do some shows with you. I'm like, yo. Like, what is this?
That's interesting.
And I gotta hit him up. I'm not too good at hitting people up.
Man, talk about Glow Nation. Talk about your squad. Talk about like, yo, if I see you knighting people,
yo,
Trackstarz need to be knighted.
Absolutely.
So, what is, like, explain that. It's not a label. Is it more of a collective? Because, I mean, y'all got records. It's almost like, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound crazy. It's almost like RPSMG gave y'all the hand, like, okay, it's y'all turn now. That's what it feels like to me.
How's that make you feel?
When that collective was popping, and like this was like early 2010s.
Yeah.
And they kind of like, not fizzled out, I mean, because Brandon P and Mission still do their thing. They still the OGs. Right. You know what I mean? But it just feels like y'all version of that almost to me on the West Coast.
Wow. Look, that's why I love coming to Trackstarz, because y'all know history. Y'all really know like what's going on. So, man, yo, RPSMG was everything to us on the West Coast. Like, we was at every concert. Like y'all said, like, I'm in the music videos. I'm like really going in with them. And so to even get that comparison is a blessing and an honor to me. But I see why you say that. I definitely see why you say that. You know, I talk to Mission a lot. Mission is really a big homie to me. And, you know, we had them at Glochella. and he was teaching me about the stuff that they wish they would have done differently.
Wow.
You know, and I actually had a front row seat to see their rise and to see, what happened with that or whatever. And so I'm just privileged to learn from people's journeys and to try to take the torch and go crazy.
Yeah.
So what's it gonna take to get it to the millions of streams, millions of like, is there a barrier for Christian artists at all that you see? What we talked about recently, and which I'm bringing up to you to kind of hold you accountable, is a lot of people, when they get to that verge of being like super duper successful as a Christian artist, they go nuts, right? And that's what kind of derails them.
Go
right?
nuts, like what do you mean?
They go like they denounce Christ. They say screw y'all and CHH is whack. Like, I mean,
I've seen that.
They just go nuts, right? So what are you preparing for? Because it's coming. Like, you guys are rolling. What are you preparing for mentally? Like, when things start changing, opportunities start coming up. How do you keep yourself grounded in your mind, not to go ego crazy and burn
This
it
is
all
a
down?
really good question, and I think a lot of times when young Christian artists blow up, they automatically become leaders when they weren't necessarily trained or seasoned or mentored privately, right? One of the reasons why I'm grateful that it took so long for me to get noticed is because during that time of my obscurity, I was a youth pastor. I was my bishop's armor bearer. I'm sitting under strong leadership, like that African kind of leadership too, like that real, like, you're gonna believe God for this, and God is going integrity and getting trained up for marriage and all of that. So I had years of that before any of this. So that's my foundation. And then even with my foundation, I try to have habits of prayer and seeking God's face and having good community and letting people hold me accountable. We live in a generation where it's like, well, I have more followers than you, pastor, so what really can you tell me?
Right,
But I try to denounce all of that and just allow people to speak into my life, and I have a group of people, like, if I'm tripping, I allow them to tell me I'm tripping. And I ask, like, what do you think about them? Am I tripping? Like, I never want to get out of line because I see God doing a lot, and I don't want to be the one to ruin or sabotage myself. I don't.
Because it's not just you, man. We, like, everybody needs you to do well, right? So that's why it's so disappointing, because we see these people, like, we push them. They finally get there. It's like, yes, we did it. And then they're gone. It's like, come on, man. Now we
what
gotta
if
do it
NF
again.
really started talking about Jesus again? That would go crazy.
Or claim that he knows us. You know what I'm saying? Just something, Also, how do you balance family, man? Like, you on the road all the time, performing everywhere. How does that work? I know we run into that sometimes too, where it's like, it's demanding, on your family. How do you balance that?
I don't think. Well, I'm not even gonna say that. A lot of church people say, well, balancing is impossible. You can never properly balance or whatever. It's like, well, I try to balance as much as I can, but even with that, sometimes my opportunities come on days, like important days. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all this, today is actually my wife's birthday.
Oh, wow.
That's my sister's birthday,
Miss Minnick.
For real?
You want to give her a message real quick?
Babe, I love you so much. Happy birthday to you. I actually went to the International Temple Mall today and got you something. It's real fancy too, and it was so.
That's good. There you go.
But
you turned down the show like,
quiet real fancy. but with that, I'm like, okay, I see my tour schedule. But I'm free 5 days in a row before I go to Tampa. Let's go to New York. Let's spend time together while I'm able to. So what I'm saying is, I maximize the time that I'm with them. I make that time matter. I'm taking my kids to school. I'm tucking them in at night. I'm praying for them. I'm making sure I'm taking care of wifey, go on date nights and all of that. That's important for me. And even when I'm not at home, I try to make my presence felt. So now I'm stepping into the place where I'm picking my kids' clothes out for the week before I leave. I'm helping wifey as much as I can, trying to take every burden off her I possibly can. So she knows, like, even when I'm not here, I'm here.
But she believes in your vision, though. Like, she believes in where you're going. So,
did y'all see that video? So my album is finished, and I let her hear it, and it's on the last song, and she starts crying, weeping, and it was caught on camera. We're like, why are you crying? She's like, your album is so good.
That feels good, bro. That feels good, man. Yeah.
I was like, for real? like, my very first, should I drop it? Should I drop it? In the middle, should I drop it? She's like, yes, please. I'll drop it. I'm like, oh, yes! Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Bro, how old are you?
You know, I get that.
Because to me,
I go,
you
bro.
still look 12. So, I'm like, wait, you talking about wife? Like, you got wife, kids? What? How old are you?
Oh, I love when people ask me that. So, truth be told, I had my first kid when I was 15 years old.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sophomore in high school. I was wilding, right? So, but right now, I just had my birthday. Should I give this exclusive on Trackstarz?
Is it a secret?
Everybody want to know what I'm mixed with and how old I am. A lot of people think I'm Mexican,
Okay.
which is like, yeah, let them think that.
I get Dominican all the time. So
Oh, you do?
feel you, yeah.
I gotta see that. Yeah.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Nah, I'll give it. I'm 29.
Really?
I just turned 29.
29 going on 12.
I got
Wow.
yeah, going on 12. I'm in disguise. That's what it is. I'm disguised. No, I got 3 kids and 1 on the way. So
Wow.
4 and no
Congratulations, bro.
more. 4 and no more.
How long you been married?
7.5 years.
Wow.
29 is believable. Is that what you went with? 29? That's like that age is believable because I mean I think your superpower is that you look like you could be any age. Honestly, that's
I
a
mean, if
superpower.
you shaved the facial hair off, you one of the kids running around.
Yeah.
Like they could cast you for something and you could be at any age, and that's a superpower. Really, because
That's
you can.
holiness.
No, but seriously,
Holiness make you look young. It really does.
well,
You
then
ain't
I
into
ain't very
months.
holy. But what I'm saying is, no, it's a superpower because you have the ability to be who you need to be for the audience, right? Because you have enough life experience. It's obvious that you have enough of life experience to preach into people who are older, our age and above, right? But you still have the look of somebody who could reach out to 12 and up, you know, to really pour into their life as well. And they take advantage, man. That's a superpower.
Yeah, I praise God for that because I was an actor before any of this, and I believe I'm still gonna go into that. And that might be one of the things that God does to like really implant me into the industry, into like, you know, notoriety like that, is the film industry. And for a few roles that I did, I actually had to shave my face, and my wife could barely look at me. She's like, I feel like I'm married to a child. Like what is this?
Because you could play like early college all the way up.
Yeah.
I think you could.
Even high school a little bit.
Because there's some people I'm thinking of that can do high school where it's like, you know, they're not in high school, but it's believable.
Zendaya.
So I hit on something. You want to act.
For sure.
Okay.
He has.
He said that, but I
yeah.
didn't know he wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you thought about
So that's the energy you have in the music videos, is you trying to show everything.
Yes.
videos are
You
dope?
auditioning. Okay.
Even on my rollouts, I do skits.
Yeah.
I do a lot of skits.
I was about to say, have you thought about writing like plays, skits, TV, movies, anything like that?
I have.
Yeah.
I've actually done that. I've actually wrote a lot of plays, and we've done them in the Bay Area. I haven't wrote any movies, but my best friend writes scripts for films. And yeah, we'll see what God does. We'll see what God does.
You're getting into my area now. This is what I love.
Hey.
I love the music. Well, I love to see when we start doing that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a movie guy. So let me know when that transition comes. And I'll be there to help
absolutely.
you. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm going to be like Ice Cube. You know?
I know that's right.
Yeah.
To me, I think that's where the talent that we have in our community, if we move into that space, we have an advantage because I just think our perspective can add something to the mix. Because a lot of the Christian content, especially urban Christian content, is made by the older gospel industry crowd. I think they need an influx of what you got. Because we come from a perspective that can kind of make it a little bit more palatable to the kids that need to see it. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. And maybe Jordan Peele
I thought you were
We can talk about that too. We can talk about that too.
Okay.
You know, I'm from the Bay, so like, but Jordan Peele, even though I don't know if he's a believer or not, but he comes through with like a perspective and like something to say, you know, in the horror genre, but he's still like putting like some nuggets in there. And I think that's what's needed.
Yeah. Somebody who knows how to make it subtle enough to where you get it, but it's not just like
it's
cheese.
not preachy or
So I'm excited about that, man.
Yeah, man.
That's good. That's good,
bro. Wow, man. You got anything else you want to get off? Did we touch everything, or is it
the new project? I mean, what's up?
Yeah. Who on a project? Who produced stuff? What's good?
You know, I'm very blessed that a lot of the people I look up to really rock with me.
Gotcha.
Heavy.
Yeah.
So it's my very first album. Nobody knows the title yet. Nobody knows when it's gonna release. But I keep teasing that Glowvember is approaching. Meaning I'm dropping it in November. It's called Glowvember. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real branding. But I'll give you all the title. Trackstarz exclusive.
Exclusive.
The title of my album is holographic.
Ooh.
Holographic. Because, you know, growing up as a kid, you got holographic Pokemon cards, and they reflect light, right? They reflect light. So the tagline is, you can shine no matter the cards you were dealt.
Ooh.
Nice.
And so that's coming.
You got her in the Holy Holies.
She done caught the Holy Ghost in the back.
Glory, God. Glory.
She about to start crying like your wife.
It's fire.
Yes. Say it louder.
One more time.
Step into the light.
Come right here real quick.
Wait, get in front of the band.
Don't lose the tear. Don't lose it.
That's good, man.
But with that, I'm on tour in the middle of the album rollout.
Wow.
So you know what I'm finna do? I'm actually about to text Dilly and John tonight. I'm about to make a push for Billboard, right? If I could sell close to 1,000 tickets for a festival within 2 months, I could sell over 1,000 pre-orders for an album.
Yeah.
I'm a push for this thing.
Yeah.
So on tour, like towards the end of my set, I'm gonna have a QR code on the screen.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know
look, go
that's
ahead and
right.
scan it right now. If we get these many pre-orders, we can make history in independent Christian hip hop.
I know that's right.
That's
You know?
smart. Get them involved, man, because I think people are waiting to do the push. Remember the Anomaly push with Lecrae?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, let's get it. Let's get them to number one. I think they waiting to push somebody. So get people involved. Tell them what you need, and it'll happen.
His marketing game is top notch.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Like,
who's helping? Is this you? Like, who's helping you figure out all these strategies and plans? Because it's good.
It's literally me, my wife, and God. Literally, I'm not even trying to be like cheesy or nothing. Like a few days ago, we was on a plane coming back from New York, and we're just sitting down. I'm like, I got something. And I give it to her. She's like, well, what if you don't give them a free shirt for pre-ordering? Because that's a loss of money. What if you give them a wristband? Or what if you do this? And I'm like, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Them blank costs are like $8. Like, wristband for 50 cents. That's good.
And that's why she's here. She's like, okay, that's good, but the cost of everything. So
That's good.
That's
good.
right.
That's
yeah,
smart.
man.
But even like when you have songs with other people, I remember you telling me like, yo, I got a song with such and such, we gonna do this. And that one day, where's one day? Yeah, and I was like, even for other people's records, not just yours, you have ideas for them to push, to roll out, and that's like, that's ingenious.
Bro, like you can't just drop music.
Yes,
Like,
thank you. Say that again, please.
You expect people to rock with your music just because you're dropping? Nah, fam. You gotta have like storytelling, marketing, like have them buy into a narrative, like do something. Get me excited for it.
Yeah.
Don't just post a snippet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't just post a teaser.
Yeah.
Wow. Miles, thank you, man.
Yes.
This is
Yeah,
exciting.
man.
Next time
This
you're
is
in Atlanta, you got to come back through. That was a special day, man. And we could see this was coming. We didn't know exactly how it was going to happen, but we could see that you had what it took to go here and even further, man. So we appreciate you sitting with us.
That's love. Invasion Tour, mid-October, Atlanta to Miami to everywhere else. Tap in with us. Trackstarz, love y'all for real.
Yeah, man.
Let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Leo!
Hey guys, Miracle here. Thank you so much for watching that episode. Make sure you go below, like it, subscribe, click the bell, and make sure you follow us on all forms of our social media. Also, check out our website and be sure you spread the word. We'll see you next time.
We know not what we doing. Screw that, they know, let them have it, do it. Okay, I'm erratic, prove it. Never mind, got a mind that'll wind up with me in a lineup behind bars with these bars. Okay, my time's up.
Team Freedom. Yeah. We not through yet. All right. Trackstarz Music presents.
Turn my volume up. Turn me off.